Which camera? This one. Hi. Oh, hey. What's up? It's me, it's Steve. How are you? Why don't you just pull up a seat
It's
and join us?
Sunday night,
Yeah,
Join us for
Jesus
this
and we're
Christ.
all a
IndieRIFT
little
podcast.
tired.
Oh my god.
Welcome everyone to the indieRIFT podcast. Welcome back. I'm one of your hosts, Steve Fontana, and with me is Andy Asimakis. Say hello, Andy.
I have so many thoughts about life lately.
Oh my, so many deep thoughts of life.
Yeah, we'll get into it later.
Yes,
It's the whole
please,
thing.
please.
The
We
whole
have a
thing.
show to do. Damn it.
It's show adjacent,
Oh, okay.
related. Yeah,
And also with me is Mr. Enough, aka Matt Murray. Are you also known as Matt Murray? Or you're also known as Mr. Enough. The world may never know.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know what my birth parents named me, so we'll
That's
see.
true. Clearly, they named you No Thanks.
Ow. All right, we'll see you later.
if I wasn't gonna get awake during the show at some point,
Oh,
I am alive.
Man, I love you.
God, that was fucking brutal. If anybody doesn't know,
man.
I'm adopted. Thanks, Steve.
That was mean girl level
Oh.
status.
when it
That was
came to
poetry.
my head, when it came to my head, I said, "Well, at least I don't have to go far for the clip." For this week's clip for the show. All right.
Oh,
Stop
Jesus.
recording now.
Jesus Christ.
gather everyone up. We're done. Pack it in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the indieRIFT podcast, the internet's #1 indie gaming news, reviews, and previews podcast, hosted by a bunch of people you never heard of that you probably don't listen to. But we love you for giving us a try. And if you did stumble upon us from the Google machine or just, recommended show for you, thank you for clicking on it and giving us a try. We do appreciate it. We work very hard to pull out of the thousands of indie games coming out every week. We try and pluck a select few to put on a platter for you to wish list and for you to get excited about. So we're very excited to bring you this show because, oh boy, do we have a whole lot. We had Summer Games Fest. We had Future of Play, Devolver Digital, the Future Games Show, and so much more to talk about. But first, we want to thank our Patreon supporters that have gone to patreon.com/IndieRIFT, just like Colton, the apprentice Nestler. Without all of your support, we cannot continue to grow. We cannot continue to do this. We can't continue to go to shows and cover them boots on the ground. So we do appreciate you doing that. And of course, going to indieRIFT.com. Speaking of indieRIFT.com, Andy, what is new on indieRIFT.com?
We're gonna save this for later because I'm gonna throw a wrench in the show.
You're throwing a
shit.
wrench
Some
in
boy.
the show.
Why would you tell us that you're gonna do that now?
Oh, there he just typed it in the doc. There it is.
Oh, God.
Circle back to this during the news report. We could do that. We could do that. However, I do want to tell people about the most recent dev dive. Can you do that?
Yes, Little Gator Game.
Yes.
That was a really fun interview.
Yes.
It was an interview that makes you want to hug your siblings
Mhm.
and want to have babies. That's what I took away from that hour and a half.
That is a very weird thing to tell listeners who
Yeah.
have no idea what this is. A 3D adventure platforming style game, akin to the old Nintendo 64 sort of era of that, and it's Breath of the Wild inspired as well, heavily inspired.
Yeah,
And it's about siblings, and like you being the little sibling, and your big sibling is kind of growing up and kind of leaving the nest, and you're kind of adjusting to that, and it hits home. And it was a really good interview about that process, getting that process from gameplay to story and getting it into one cohesive package. So check
I'll
that
tell
out.
you, when I saw this on the Trello and I looked at it, I really did not expect a Breath of the Wild style game. I was like, okay, so is this like an old school PS1 style
Right.
3D platformer, or you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But hearing that it's like a Breath of the Wild, I'm very
Mhm.
confused.
Mm.
And now
oh, dude, it is.
I should probably look for that.
It's Breath of the Wild in like that the muscle memory's there. Like if you know how to play Breath of the Wild, you'll get it. But it's like
got a
lot
stamina
easier.
circle thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
You can
easier.
climb.
The stamina, you know, one of the key points is like
Identical.
you don't need, like, not everything uses your stamina like it does in Breath of the Wild. But yeah, the gliding and like all that kind of fun stuff. And it's cute because it's basically this little gator like living his pretend world. And that's kind of like the bad guys are like cardboard cutouts, and like it's just like all his like he's just playing, you know, he's like going on an adventure with his little sword and shield and doing his thing. So it's really cute. Game has been out for a couple of years now, but we finally got the scoop on the game itself, and you should check that out. And Dev Dive, if you don't know what Dev Dive is, that is our indie developer interview show. That is where we deep dive into how the game was made, what brought the developers together or developer to put it on paper, and like their history. And then it's a really good time and a good way to get to know the stories behind the games. All right, so since we're going to circle back to some other secret stuff going on indieRIFT.com, it is now time to get into the indie game adventures. And because only one of us has 2 on there, we're going to start with one of those. And Andy, you punching dudes in the face.
Oh boy, big boy boxing.
Yes.
So this game, it's essentially Mike Tyson's Punch Out, or Punch Out rather. Beautiful pixel art. It has like a very Newgroundsy feel to it, in like the wacky facial animations, and I'm pretty sure one character is like legit Johnny Bravo. Like there's like a tall blonde hair, there's like shades.
What is going on?
There's like muscles going on. It's very much like a Johnny Bravo, like
I love how
inspiration.
Fluid the animations are. Like it's very animated, I guess. Is
Very,
the best way to put it.
Very. I think it's like below 30 FPS too.
I apologize for the listeners. I apologize for the noise. One of the links I opened up just decided to play automatically. I do apologize. Continue, Andy.
I was like, we don't, like, I didn't hear a goddamn thing.
And there it goes again. Why are you doing this, Steam? Why would Steam all of a sudden, by default,
just decide to unmute
everything?
Yeah.
It never does that. Today's the day, folks. God dang. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Andy.
So simple controls, you know, it's got your right hook, your left hook, then like your uppercut, special thunderbolt move. So it's very Punch Out, but this demo made me afraid for what the final game is going to be.
Why?
Because the demo was just like, I believe 8 to 10 of the fighters in the game. And there's challenges like, beat one in less than 20 seconds, beat one without dodging, beat one without doing XYZ, without being hit or whatever. I'm like, this is fun. I get this, but it kind of takes away from what Punch Out was.
Sure.
Like very methodical 3-round boxing matches. Like it could go that
Boss
far.
Fights.
Right. And I was downing them in like 20 seconds, 40 seconds. I'd get wrecked sometimes instantly. And I'd learn the moves by watching them, how they telegraph the, you know,
of course,
what they're going to do next. And I kind of blazed through it. And I'm like, this can't be the final thing. It just can't be.
It is a demo.
Right.
Do you think that maybe the demo is just is demoing a new mode for the game?
Like if this is like a piece, like play through the story mode first,
right?
Like a traditional Punch Out, and then this is like a challenge thing for the end.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Sure.
But then they put like all these fighters. Like, is there twice as many more in the final game? Because it's a lot.
Right.
It's beefy for a demo.
Right.
So again,
hopefully they have some more.
I hope it's not just what this looks like.
It stinks to hear you say that because it does look, like I said, the art style and the animation.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's like, you know, there's also no warning when a round starts. It's like you go in and then you get like punched in the face.
There's
like,
no way that
there's no like
version.
there's no we're counting you and like, you know, 3, 2, 1 go fight. None of that. So
Oh,
that was
weird.
a little weird.
Is there
Okay, punch.
is there a roguelike element to this? Because I
There
saw
isn't.
I saw
isn't at
in
all.
one of the screens there's like 3 powers that you're like choosing from.
No, you can like stockpile up to 3 uppercuts. Like
Oh,
3 of
okay.
the like really like hard heavy hitting punches.
Because one
in
of
the
them
game.
was like, you know, every 10 explodes or something like that.
You have to like time it when the enemy flashes yellow and you punch him in the face.
Yeah.
You get like a little. It's like what the star was.
Right. Okay.
In Punch Out. But yeah, again, it's fun to play, but I don't want to just wail through it like in like 20 minutes. I've been done with the whole game.
Right.
And then it ramps up in difficulty the last 2 fights.
Mm.
One guy is like a fucking King Hippo wannabe. It's like
I saw him in the trailer,
gut.
and I was like, "Hey, wait a minute."
King Rhino.
Yeah, King Rhino.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
it just is again. I hope that there's more.
I
than
feel like
what it
just based
showed.
on what they're saying in the trailer, like the little bit of text that's flashing, there seems like there's gonna be.
Maybe we need to get them on the show to talk about it.
Yeah, maybe you should. That sounds like a great idea.
That sounds like a really good idea. Get them on the dev dive.
Fantastic.
Let's do a dev
Dev-
dive.
dive
get
in
right
with-
on that.
Dive in with those devs.
Supermasters, where are you at, bruh? Speaking of games that took inspiration from games of the past, I dove into the full retail version of Blockbuster Inc., which is a movie studio simulator akin to the old game The Movies, which was one of my obsessions as a teenager. This game is you could see where the inspirations from the movies. I mean, it's so obvious, right? But they do so much more under the hood and give you so much more control over what you are going to do in a lot of interesting ways. You could choose the era that you start in. So if you want to start in the 20s, you can, 30s, 40s, whatever. You can, there's different difficulty modes. So like if you start on easy, you just have a higher starting cash so that you can build a little bit more, hire some more people. But there's like a research and development team aspect to it so that you could develop more technologies or, you know, more genre of film or like something like that. So there's always something for you to kind of build towards and try and do.
Mm-hmm.
The creating the movies is really easy too. Like you just you assign a producer, you assign a writer or a writing team, a director, the actors, the genre, the sets you want to use, which obviously in the early game, you're not going to have too many sets. You only get 2 genre to start, also. So like the one I have, I think, is romance and comedy. So those are like the 2 that I have unlocked in the beginning. And you could choose from a couple of them to start, but you start with 2. But there's like a list that you could start with. So I picked those, and then there's only 2. There's also only 2 themes for you to choose from. So like I chose vampires and medieval. So I'm making vampire or medieval movies that are either comedy or romance movies.
Or both.
I
Can
wish.
you do both? No, you can't do both.
Can't do both.
Oh, you
At least
can
not yet.
genre blend? Oh,
You might
man.
be able to if you unlock a technology. I haven't, like, you don't see all of the technology tree, as it were. You see just like the next few that you could kind of go down. The first thing I did was research like a newer camera so that I could do, get a better movie rating. So you do that, and then you set your scenes. You set 3 scenes, which sets they're going to use, which actors are going to be in those scenes, etc. And then you kind of just click go. But the really interesting thing, and the thing that I really started to dig deep in, and like as somebody who works a 9 to 5, and also somebody who worked in restaurants, like managing people's schedules, you make a daily schedule for everyone on the movie plot. So you have a whole, you have 24 hours, and you could do where people go home. So there's like, it's closed. And then you could do leisure. You could do food breaks, working. And then I forget what the other one was, but there's like 4 different ones. And you can like make it so like, because you have to balance the actors and all of the talent and like your workers. You have staff members that go and clean stuff and fix things, make sure they're up and running. So like there's that aspect of it too. And of course there's the actual physical building and like where you want to put stuff. like my writer's room had one writer, now it has four, and I'm like writing 2 movies at once, and like, pulling my people. Another really cool thing
You
that
pulling all
was
these people?
way different than the movies is you're kind of responsible for the actors, not just on the plot on the movie studio. You can put them up in housing, which you start off by unlocking like a 1-star. It's basically like the lowest level housing, but like you could set them up in housing so that could like raise their happiness level and make them perform better. And then as you unlock like better areas, like you can move them, eventually you can move them into like the Hollywood, whatever the hell that neighborhood, Beverly Hills area of like the Blockbuster Inc. town.
World or whatever. Yeah.
So it's got a lot going on. The only thing I didn't dabble with at all was actually messing with the scenes and like going in and changing camera movement and like all this stuff. But I made a custom set that was like a mafia movie set. Like I made one of those for fun, which basically is just a stage and you get a bunch of props and you put them where you want them and stuff. But yeah, you can go in and physically shoot the scenes like in the movies back in the day.
Yeah, I saw some of that in the trailer.
And the only other thing I haven't done or haven't been able to figure out how to do, which I hope I can, my next time I sit down and play, is watch the movies that they create. Because I haven't done that either. You know how long the output is? Like, is it like a 2-minute thing or what is it? With the actual movie itself?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't watched them. Like, I haven't been able to like figure out how to click into them and like view them. I've only figured out you could like do reshoots based on like the rating that the scene got. Like it's like, oh, this is a 57. The next scene's is 68 and the next one's a 63. And you're like, let's reshoot that 57, see if we can get it in the 60s or whatever. And like, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. It's like, it's just spending more money and time, to try and make a better film. You can name the films whatever you want. Stuff like that. It's definitely bringing me back to that. Like I wouldn't be like if you called this the movies 2, like I would be like, oh yeah, cool, like they finally made a sequel and if it feels right. I'm looking forward to diving more into this thing, and I want to mess around with the film. I want to unlock more stages and genre and stuff, like because right now I'm just making like really dumb movies in 1922, just trying to like start my studio and get some money. Right. But we'll see what happens. Sometimes you gotta like just kind of patch things along, patch the holes as they come. Speaking of patching.
Oh my god.
Missed enough.
I hate it here.
I can't say
I don't like
Missed enough. You played some Patch Quest.
I did. I know we're trying to bring a lot of new stuff, and I feel like especially recently I've been kind of diving back into some older games, but it's been really fun to dig back into this stuff. And so I got pretty far in my initial Patch Quest playthrough, kind of put it down for a while, and I picked it back up. And yeah, this game is just I think what in my brain unlocked is I don't understand why this game is not bigger. This is like a maybe top 2, like with Revita, most underrated roguelikes on the market right now, because there is so much to this game. It is so huge, the world is so gigantic, and there's something for everybody. There's like the collectathon, there's the of getting like all your different animals. The animals I found out all have different skins that you can get for them, and applying different skins to different animals gives them different passive abilities, which is fucking so cool. Because like I have like a turtle, and then last night I went into some cave, kind of like up in the northern area of the map, and there were skeleton turtles, and I was like so fucking excited. I was like, holy shit, it's fucking skeleton turtles! Are you shitting me right now? I fucking love the turtle. It's my favorite mount. And I fucking got the skeleton turtle, and now I'm rolling around, rocking a fucking skeleton turtle 90% of the time. And then I just feel like I'm doing a better job in general of interacting with the systems. So the mounts that you collect and send back to your camp, which is one of the mechanics in the game, like you get on mounts, you can get on anything in the game, and it has a certain level. You have a certain level with it, up to level 4, and each level you have with it, you unlock a different ability for that mount. And so you'll have a defensive ability, 2 regular abilities, and 1 ultimate ability for every single mount that's in the game, which is fucking rad. I don't know if you like shooty games, how do you not love that? It's like having a new spaceship all the time. But you can send these guys home instead of riding their timer out. And when you send them home, you can list up to 5 of them on this like pet board, and you can call on them at any time during your next your next
run,
your next quest, your next run or whatever. And just being able to do that and like switching them out and getting them more health, and which gives you more time. And yeah, it is just like my love for bullet hells, my love for roguelikes, my collectathon. It's like it ticks all these boxes. And I really do not understand in the roguelike community how this game is not fucking gigantic. It just, I don't know, maybe the art like turned people off. It's like too cutesy for them, but like it's brutal. It's like brutally difficult at points. And yeah, it's also the steal of the week this week. It's only $370 something right now.
$374. So. It is 75% off. Normally $15 dues. You could get it for a cool less than a Starbucks coffee.
Yeah, literally. If you don't pick this game up,
to my cart.
I personally think that you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and you're gonna get kicked right in the taint. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say balls, but I'm like, no, there's some ladies that listen.
Yeah.
You know?
You're gonna get a taint kick if you don't pick this game up.
Yeah, so the space between your privates and your butthole.
I'm gonna look directly into your soul right now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you that if you don't pick this game up, I think you're stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how we get listeners.
That's how I get listeners. Andy, Kitsune Tales.
So this game, it has a similar problem to Big Boy Boxing, because this is
stop doing this.
So it's a weird week. So this game is very clearly trying to be Mario Brothers 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like even some of the there's a card flipping mini game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to match, like flip 2 cards, match them, and if they don't match, they flip back. Mm-hmm. That's in there.
Sure.
The enemies, the sprites, the world layout, the color scheme, it's all Mario Brothers 3. It feels and plays like it, but something is a little off with it.
Mm-hmm.
As I was playing, like, okay, so Mario Brothers 3, one of the best things in that game was you could slide down hills and butt stomp enemies and chain them up, and everyone's happy. You can't do this here, and I kept trying to do it at every turn, and it was pissing me off so much because the movement, the way the character moves, it's like this Kitsune Fox girl who's like a messenger, identical. She can't fly, but there's like a P meter thing for some reason. That was weird.
I know she can't fly.
Because I tried. Like I ran, I filled it up and tried flying, and I never flew anywhere.
That's
got a little jump.
They actually put that in there specifically for you. It's the anti-flight meter. So they're like,
now
it just leads to disappointment.
It's the anti-flight meter.
The more I played, though, the more I did find fun things where I could see this being not better, but at least matching the quality gameplay wise of Mario 3.
Okay.
Let me expound.
You're saying a lot of things.
Let me expound.
Those are some words you're trying to say here.
There's a power up, for example, where if you grab it, you turn to a small fox creature that's a glowing red, and do a little funky like fire dash thing.
Okay.
Very, very Kirby, by the way. That fireball Kirby move from like the adventure game.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Some of the later dungeons in the first level, like, Boos from Mario Bros.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at them, they kind of stop moving. In this game, you need light to not scare them, but to make them transparent. And you have to carry a lantern through this massive level as all these ghosts are chasing you.
That's cool.
So you're holding it as you're navigating these like treacherous platform placements. It's all precision platforming. as like mobs of ghosts are trying to get at you every which way. In another room, you have lanterns placed very specifically, and the room is like pitch black dark. So you can't see where you're going. You have to navigate just where they're placed. Yeah, exactly. And in other rooms, lanterns highlight where the exit is, but the lanterns are also enemies. So if you kill them, you kill the exit.
Oh no.
And you have to leave and come back. It's really bizarre and do it again.
That's fun. I mean, listen,
there's
I like
flashes
that.
of creativity. It's not just like a carbon copy of like,
yeah.
Like again, it feels like in the beginning, like an AI spit out, make me a Mario Brothers 3 clone. And it gave me this game with a Fox girl main character. But the more I played, the better it got. But again, it's only a demo.
The little bit there's a little bits in both of the videos on Steam that make me think that this person started making like a Kaizo Mario ROM hack.
Seriously, it has that energy.
And then they were like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a game instead.
Yeah.
And that's pretty rad. I think that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a clip at the beginning where like they're picking up and throwing what are essentially like Koopa shells.
Armadillo.
And like like armadillos. And throwing them, jumping, grabbing another one in the air, throwing that, killing an enemy. And I'm kind of interested in this.
That's my only other real complaint. Oh, and by the way, I just got a flash. There's even the Karibo's boot for Mario 3 is in this too. So again, it wears it on its sleeve. Mario 3, it's love, it's inspiration, it's clear as day. The enemy design doesn't quite match the character's
the main
look.
Character. Yes,
like,
it doesn't.
Imagine,
it doesn't at all.
Like imagine, Matt, like a Mega Man game with enemies without like giant funky eyeballs or like exaggerated features, but just plain looking robots.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
It wouldn't fit.
Like the flying fish, they're just like fish.
They stick out.
It just looks like actual true to life animals.
Yeah.
And then when you put that with the main character, it doesn't look quite right.
Yeah. And all the other human characters are like just weird.
They all look like River City Ransom characters too.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. That is our indie game adventures. So those are the ones we got our grubby little paws on. But now we're going to talk about some games that we really would like to get our grubby paws on. There was so much this week and weekend. Like we mentioned at the top of the show, the Summer Games Fest, Future of Play, Devolver Digital, even Xbox did their little showcase, the Future Game Show. But we, and by we I mean Andy, has gone through it and found the ones we need to talk about. And there are many, which is very good for indie gaming, that there are this many really good games out there. And now we're going to kick it and segue back to our Indie
Andy.
News Report.
Why did you do this?
Andy has actually written a article giving us the top 10.
So some of these games are going to be in our list as we're going through Summer Games Fest and Future of Play, Devolver, etc. But there was a bunch that I want to give some extra love to and just highlight. So I'm going to go through the ones that are not on our list, if that's okay with you guys.
Oh, Tears of Metal looks so good.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
So the first one that caught my eye, this was, I think it was either during the Future of Play or even the PC Game Showcase. It all blends together at this point.
Before we get into this, I just want to mention something that just caught my mind.
Sure.
Andy made these show notes. Andy put all the games on the show notes.
Yeah.
And then was like, you know what? I'm going to write an article about 10 that I didn't put on the show notes.
And then, well, there was like 2, and then Matt added one. I was like, okay, that's already in my thing. Fuck. Who cares anymore? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is why Andy's not the producer of the show.
Correct.
This is why.
I just produce content. I don't produce the show.
You produce
You're
a
doing a great
voice
job.
into a microphone, goddammit. And written articles.
So the
Which is what
main
we're talking about.
to kick off this whole conversation, I don't know how people in our position do this because my inbox exploded over the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's not good. I got
And
200 emails.
I really think we need to get every single indie podcast in a room, like Mafia style, and be like, you're doing the roguelikes, you're doing the cozy games, you're doing the Metroidvanias, because there's so much shit.
Yeah.
You
And
morphed from like a mafioso into Macho Man.
This like barely scratches the surface. But we're gonna try.
Oh,
Yes,
you
we're gonna
doing
try.
this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So
Oh,
the
yeah,
first game
so-
on the list.
Yeah, please. We have like 40 games to talk about. So let's get through this, all right? And if you want to read it, go to indieRIFT.com.
Correct.
And give us the click, please, for the
Correct.
love of God.
Gunboat God.
Yes.
This is like if Patapon was a metal as fuck shooter and not a cozy rhythm game.
this looks dope.
Yeah.
This looks so bananas.
Yeah.
I am so into this 100%.
Looks so.
I
good.
love it. And what made me cry, the trailer on the guy's on the guy's YouTube has like less than 20 views. Like that's criminal that a game that looks this good has been seen by so few people. So, and it's the guy's first game too. So please wishlist, give him some love because this looks rad. Possessors. Holy shit. Heart Machine. They're doing Hyperlight Breaker.
Yeah.
But then they're doing this other game also on the side.
That looks fucking so good.
Right. How?
Is this a spoopy game? Because it looks spoopy.
It's not spoopy.
It's not spoopy. It's
Okay.
a platformer. It's like an action
Okay.
platformer.
Because I haven't clicked play because I'm afraid it's going to start playing some music.
There
These
is-
guys.
There is a really good horror movie called Possessor. That's
Possessor.
really fucked up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You should watch it.
Okay, here we
that,
go.
Steve.
All right, I got it. now.
But
Leave me alone.
Me and Andy.
it's
me and
just
Andy agree.
amazing seeing this Heart Machine go from like simple 8-bit pixel art to 3D models, Solar Ash, and then Hyperlight Breaker. And this is like gorgeous hand-drawn
Yeah.
assets in this 3D landscape
Mhm.
world.
Yeah, they're becoming a real force.
They really are.
in the scene for sure.
now.
This is like when we speak of AAA indie companies.
Triple I.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Triple I. Yeah.
I do want to say that the one sentence descriptor of the game is escape a sprawling flooded city overrun with surreal interdimensional horror in this fast-paced action side scroller. So it's
Did
a
you
little
watch
spooky.
Did you watch?
Yeah, I'm
the
watching
trailer,
it.
Steve?
I'm watching it right now. Yeah, I am watching it.
It's not spooky in the way that it'll
No,
spooky.
but there's spooky
it
life.
has horror
is spooky
elements
inside it.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Tears of Metal.
Yeah.
Remember
looks
Blood?
cool.
Remember Blood
This
Roots, Steven?
this game
Yes, I do.
looks so good.
So these guys that made Blood Roots, they've been quiet for a couple months on Twitter, and they were like, "Hey, we got a brand new game. It's fucking Dynasty Warriors and Darkest Dungeon rolled into one. A 4-player
Thank you.
roguelike co-op.
I like this.
Enjoy."
Wow, wee, wow.
Wow,
This-
wow.
This looks fun.
Yeah.
Holy shit! It's
Uh,
bloody.
Yeah,
It's a
they're-
roguelike.
I was gonna say the roguelike element. Like I have a guilty pleasure for Dynasty Warriors in
Yeah,
general, like those
yeah.
types of games.
Mhm,
Just
mhm.
like mindless slaughter is pretty great, not gonna lie. And just like all the other elements that they show off, like the maps, the building your like little army units and shit, and then like upgrading your fighting guy to do all kinds of different shit. Like there's so much of everything that's good in this game. It
Now I
looks
do
so good.
wonder, is Lu Bu gonna make a cameo?
I
That's
hope
what
so.
we all need to know if Lu Bu is gonna be around.
Fucking giant fucking hat and shit. Get the fuck out of here, Lu Bu.
Yeah, Lu Bu is a bitch.
Wild Tactics. It's a XCOM strategy turn-based game
Darkwing Duck.
set in the world of Chicken Police. Need I say more?
Oh man. I never clicked add
that's-
to
that's
wishlist
just-
faster in my,
that's
faster
just
in my
it.
life.
That's all it took. I was like,
Oh,
it's
man,
a
Chicken
tactics
Police
game
is so
set in
good.
Chicken Police world,
Please tell me that you've played Chicken Police, Matt.
dude.
I have not. What the
Please
fuck is
Chicken
play
Police.
Chicken Police. This is folks, Chicken Police, man. Just, man.
I'm googling it right now.
Please do. Please put it. I'm sure
I
it's.
fucking remember this.
I'm
game.
sure it's in Andy's library. You can
Oh
play.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because, man, I played that on stream one time, and people were like, "What in God's name is happening in this video game?"
It's Matt. It's like the grittiest, noiriest
Yeah,
game that ever
plus
was.
hours of spoken dialogue.
yeah. It's a lot. There's a lot going on there.
And it's funny. This game
Yeah,
is
it's very
funny. So again, you take that humor, that style, that gritty 1920s noir kind of vibe, and then you plug it into a fucking
ruined
XCOM game. I'm sold. This is it.
You just ruined my night. Thanks,
This
guys.
No problem. Anything
And
else
then
on the
The
article?
last one, this one
Wow.
caught me off guard because I cannot wait to get this guest on the show for the first time and say, "Hey, your other game before this, I didn't like it."
Oh,
Oh,
This is
okay.
the developer of
that's a very interesting thing
It's a
to say
that's
to
a good way-
guest.
This is Wolfhound, which comes from Big Kid, developer of a game called Chasm, which I didn't care
Oh,
for.
Yeah.
Like,
a
Yeah,
lot.
You were
No.
notoriously not a
When's
I
fan.
didn't
of
care
Chasm.
for it.
When's the last time you played Chasm?
I mean, I played when it launched.
Did you beat it?
Yeah.
Because I beat it like a year or two ago, and I actually had a pretty good time once I got rid
So-
of the.
Before I
Once I
go
got-
into this awesome new game of theirs, Chasm, I think my mind was very locked into Symphony of the Night going in,
It's
and
not that
it wasn't that at all.
for sure.
So it's like half a me problem, and
Yeah.
I will admit that freely on air.
When you go to other people's houses for dinner, do you normally tell them how much you didn't like the last dinner that they made you?
I should do that.
Hey, thanks for inviting me over. Last year you made
You
some
know, that
tortellini.
That
and it
steak
was
you made
shit.
wasn't that good, but I'm here
Yeah.
again. I'm giving you a second chance. Wow me.
This is like a bionic commando sort
No,
of.
this
like,
is fucking. This is
shooting
Metal Gear meets Metroid, and I
Yeah.
love it. They're
I'm in.
they're trying to do like an actual NES looking game with this one.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can
With
tell.
the color palette, the resolution, the fucking
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
the Family Tracker chip tunes, it's all there. And it looks hella fun. You like
Wolfhound.
this, like wisecracking, like, taking our prisoners, Captain Chuck, Wolfhound, Rossetti.
All right. Well, now that we've
Yeah.
gone through the list of games that weren't on the list of games for the show,
Let's go through another list of
on the
games.
show,
Andy, I
let's go
have
through-
to ask, how many times are you going to put Cerberus as the link?
Oh my God.
It's for Alan Wake.
Is
Is it
for
everywhere?
Alan
Is it
Wake.
everywhere?
I just did the same thing. So I clicked the Alan Wake, the Alan Wake stuff, and it's just chickens.
Guys, it was
It's
a lot
just
of
big
games.
fucking chicken.
It's the
So we might
chicken
as well
game,
start
guys.
there, maybe. I don't know. No, that's literally the last video. It's the last game to talk about is Cerberus, and it's 3 other games have that link baked into it. Anyway,
And you only caught one.
the chicken horror corner. We might as well start there because there's 2.
Guys, did you know that chicken horror exists as a genre, as a subgenre of
I
horror?
do now.
I did actually know because I saw this
Let me tell
chicken
you.
feet
Let
game.
me tell you the story.
Goodness.
So I got an email from, I think it was Qbyte is the company's name, of this game called Cerberus. It's a game where you play as a chicken escaping like a chicken factory. Like
It's
they're
a
gonna,
slaughterhouse.
yeah, they're gonna cook you, eat
Yeah.
you, sell you, package you, where the fuck they do with chickens over there. And you're trying to leave. So I saw it, like that looks cool, whatever. Like, there's a demo, I'll play it at some point, I'll put it on my PC and walk away. Then a couple days went by. I was like, what was that chicken horror game called?
Did
So
you
I
Google
so I
chicken horror
Googled
game?
chicken horror game, then Chicken Feet came up.
Yeah. Chicken
I was like-
feet is
And
crazy.
I was like, what the fuck is Chicken Feet? Chicken Feet is you're playing as a person trying to outrun a giant mutant chicken.
Oh my god!
This came out a few years ago. And I saw somebody streaming this on I think it was like a short.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
it's basically like you're running from a dinosaur, but it's skinned as a chicken. Like that's what it feels like.
Oh my God.
But yeah, apparently there's a chicken corner of the horror genre. I guess happy humble burger time, burger humble yard barn,
Happy's humble burger
barn farm. Fern. It was a fern. It was just it was the tree the whole time. There's some chicken in that, right? There's a pig. There's all kinds of shit in that.
We've really lost the plot today.
Yeah, the plot is gone. All right, let's get back on task here. Yeah. So yeah, if you like chicken horror, Cerberus and Chicken Feet are there for you to nosh on. And I'm just gonna move them to the top so that when we're
we don't talk about them again by accident.
All right, so Summer Game Fest is in full swing, and we had a lot of announcements, and we plucked some good ones for you, including Alan Wake 2 DLC Night Spring.
Did you see this, Matt?
Are we counting Alan Wake as an indie game?
And Remedy is as indie as it gets.
Yeah. All right. I did see this. It looks fucking great.
Yeah, man. It's like we have Control happening, and we have Quantum. What was it called again? Quantum Break. Quantum
Break.
Quantum Break. Right?
Leap was a show.
That was a show about quantum travel.
So we have those two universes now, kind of colliding into the Alan Wake universe. Yeah. There's like this waitress with a shotgun happening. It's really good.
That's a video game title.
It's very Remedy. It's amazing. And it's already out. It was released like yesterday, I think.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. I'm not like I liked Control, but it started to run really shittily. I forgot what I was playing it on.
Was it a Steam Deck?
No, I think I was playing it on
PS4.
PS4, yeah. I feel like I was playing on PS4.
Yeah.
And it didn't hit it for me. Like it wasn't delicious.
Yeah, because that was like at the end of the PS4 life cycle. You could tell like they were trying to move on.
Yeah. Really pushing the limits.
Like right after that, like that it came out, didn't they do the PS5 like
they enhanced it for current gen? Yeah.
Maybe I'll go back to it because I was enjoying it, but then like really when you get about a little bit past the midway point, it kind of starts to really fall apart, like glitches and crashes and like shit like that. So it turned me off. But
one last thing to note for Alan Wake, with this whole DLC announcement, they actually also revealed that physical copies are now happening.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe now this game can finally make its budget back and then some. I think that was one of the biggest things working against it was there was no physical release. So hopefully with that and the DLC, this game can turn a profit and we'll get an Alan Wake 3.
Speaking of a physical release, we are going to physically release from our jail cells in Cuff Bust.
I was watching Summer Games Fest with my kids just because I was like, all right, I'm going to watch at least one or two of these. It's going to be, the kids are going to have to figure out something to do while I'm watching it. Whatever. Like, they're hanging out. Both of them, my 3-year-old and my 6-year-old, could not deal with how funny this trailer was. They fucking lost it, dude. Like, when I'm saying like they were just like quietly playing on the floor, like while I was watching the rest of the Summer Games Fest, like before and after this, there's a couple that caught their attention. My 3-year-old really weirdly into horror games. It freaks me out a little bit, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But does
it really freak you out?
A little bit.
That genetics are a thing.
Shut up, Steve. But like I'm watching it and they're just kind of doing their own thing, and then all of a sudden Finn, my little 3-year-old on the floor, starts losing his mind. Like he is laughing his ass off. And there's a part in this trailer where there's just a green bear smashing his face off of a keyboard over and over again repeatedly, and he like couldn't deal with it. And then Grayson was laughing the whole time. And it's just, this trailer is awesome, and that alone made me want to play this game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's a reverse heist movie, I guess, or give a game. And it reminds me of what's that other Among Us style game where you're trying to escape like the space station together in like I think it might have been a VR game. I don't know, because it's like, you know, people pointing at each other and like, and it's like you're astronauts or whatever, like different colored astronauts and whatever. Anyway, and one of them is trying to
What the
killing,
fuck are you
and
talking
one of
about,
them is
Steve?
killing everyone else. I don't know. It's whatever. But this looks like it's more about just figuring out how to escape like AI. So I think that's cool.
And I also say about this game, some of the most clever marketing I've seen in a trailer ever. So 2-Star hid 10 Steam keys for the game in the trailer.
What?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. They're like, oh, by the way, there's keys to the game in the trailer. Good luck finding them. I mean, they were all found within a matter of like minutes because
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because internet.
That's pretty brilliant.
But that's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm rewatching the trailer again, and
It's just so goofy.
it's very funny.
Yeah.
There's like a security camera that you could watch, and it's like Among Us. You know, it definitely takes some cues from like how there he's smashing his head on the keyboard.
I'm telling you, man, fucking it got him. He couldn't deal.
All right, I like it. I'm all about that. What's next on the list, Andy?
Ooh, how you pronounce this game?
Karen.
Karen.
Yeah, it's just like
Karen?
Soul Karen.
There it is, Soul Karen. So, friends of the show, the Game Bakers are fucking cooking, you guys.
This game looks so fucking.
So I look at this game, it's like giving Journey, Death Stranding, and Getting Over It all rolled into one experience.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
So you're playing as a mountain climber.
That? Did you hear that?
What?
Matt?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
It sounded like a flute. A flute whistled into your mic very loudly, like squeep.
This was like feedback. Wow,
wow,
that hurt. Goodness,
okay.
Sorry, listeners, if that just blew your ear holes out. Anyway, Karen.
Yeah, so the whole thing is like it's like precision mountain climbing.
Yeah.
Like where you place your hands, your feet, your posture, your balance, it's all
your pee-pee.
It's all that too. It's all in the controls. And if you fall, you die.
I like the
very unique.
It's a very clear like player has run out of stamina shaky leg that happens.
Oh yeah,
a third of the way through this trailer.
That happens anytime I climb more than 15 stairs. 15's the limit. I start getting my lactic acid on.
Jusant.
No.
Did you play that game? The climbing game that came out a little while ago?
No.
That game reminded me how much I like vertical platforming. And this game is like the perfect follow-up to that for me. Like it looks so good, looks really well refined, and coming from the Game Bakers, I can't wait to see what this is all about.
Game Bakers.
Next
on the list, man, I didn't know that I still wanted to play these games. Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, baby. Let's get back into the Wayback Machine and let's do some Power Rangers beat 'em ups with 4 other of your friends. Get in there and say, well, you plus the 4 people, and go in and start punching dudes, because this is going to be fun. I love beat 'em ups. Beat 'em ups are just so much fun.
Are we going to do the same thing that we did with Turtles, and we're actually going to play a game together and beat it in one night and never play it again?
Hell yeah, sounds about accurate to me.
I'm down.
This
Power
game
Rangers,
looks so
man.
fucking good, dude.
Rita's Rewind.
The first person Megazord battle that happens near the end of the trailer.
Yes. So, yeah.
And is it like it's like mode 7, like SNES type shit? I love it so much. It's so good.
This feels like it would be like on an SNES. Like I love it.
I just love how this game is very much like it was made for us. Like this is our demographic.
Like you know that like if this came out when we were all like 10, we all would have fucking lost our minds.
Yeah.
It came out now and I'm losing my mind. It looks fucking great. 38, dude.
Yeah, like oh man, and then there's like they're on like a roller coaster and you're like doing a shooting up.
Going to the
Look at it. Oh man, so cool. Cutscenes. So there's cutscenes. Oh my god, the third person shooties. Yeah, this game's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
And of course there's an elevator. You gotta have an elevator level on a shooty. Oh man, use motorcycles. This game is just dope, folks. What are you doing with your life if you're not like you don't even have to like the Power Rangers to be like, oh, this game looks dope. Like, what are the Power Rangers? You know what?
Man,
Got news for you. 1993.
Yeah,
the world was changed.
Whole
Power
thing's on
Rangers.
Netflix. I'm pretty sure. Just go watch it.
Yeah,
I just love side-scrolly beaties are just they're back.
Shut up,
They're
Steve.
so back.
watch the first season. The
First
Mighty
was-
Morphin. Just watch Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, well, I'm
The
not
first
saying go to the
series.
like extended universe.
Up until the movie happens.
Yeah,
Then you can
watch
and
the
then you can
movie.
watch the
don't watch
and then-
the movie.
you can watch the
no,
reboot
watch
movie.
watch the movie.
Ivan
Then-
Ooze? Fuck that
Yeah.
guy.
No, dude,
Nah,
fuck
that
that.
movie was
That movie's so good. Yeah,
That
what?
was dope.
Get out of here. That movie's awesome.
Nah. Poor Lord Zed got fucking. They fucked him in that. He should have been the big bad of that movie.
He was the
Lord
big
Zed.
bad for the fucking whole show, my guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
but
had
give
enough.
him a proper movie, you know.
Come
Ivan
on,
Ooze.
he had
What was that bullshit?
enough. Ivan Ooze was it. It was just dope.
What are you? There was a thing that he used to say that you used to say all the time.
I did. I had it written down.
Now you don't remember. it.
I don't remember it. Yeah, the she devil of a witch line.
Yeah,
When
she
he-
devil of a witch.
Yeah,
that,
that
Lonesome she-devil of a
no good, lonesome. Yeah. What sticks? Did they make a whistling sound? Yeah, Ivan Ooze, man, good times. Go watch that movie.
Next.
The Thing. Speaking of
Guys.
things of the past,
Guys,
The Thing remastered.
Lord protect Night Dive Studios. These people, I swear to God,
They're doing
they're
God's
doing
work.
the Lord's work. They're
Yeah.
just like they're protecting and they're ensuring that all these old games are never forgotten and never lost to time.
Indeed.
The Thing was, Stephen and Matt, one of the best, underrated, ahead of its time horror games ever in the PS2 era of
I
games.
don't know. I feel like this is one of those games that I walked by so many times and never picked up because I was so scared that I was going to be disappointed in it not being as good as the movie. And then you're not the only person who was like, it's so
So to give you a sliver, it's you and three other people on your team, on your squad. One's like a medic, one's an engineer, and one's like a gunner or a military guy. And how you act can affect their trust of you in the
That's
game. They can turn on you. If you give them ammo and guns, you raise their trust. If you take some away because it's limited inventory, then they'll lose trust in you. If you let them handle like all the dirty work, they can also lose trust in you, and they can turn on you into even they could be hidden things also, and you could test their blood to see if they're a thing in the game. So it was pretty wild. It's a pretty wild game, and it's coming back. It looks great, and I cannot wait.
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say I'm a little confused. The game trailer does not match these PS2 like graphics. So are they showing you? Is it literally just an upscale?
It's a remaster.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just the trailer looked like it looked more like a remake. But when you see the stills, it looks. a
Oh,
little bit more.
they definitely made it a lot prettier because you
Mhm.
know you can upres this game in emulation and it won't look as good as this. This is, I think, they put some nice coat on the assets.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm very excited for this one.
Matt was trying to land a plane just now. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, was he?
Next.
Next. Next is Wander's Stop. Tell me about this one. This one's cozy. It's in the
This is-
cozy corner.
Yeah, it's cozy, and it's the next game from the guy that did the Stanley Parable.
Oh, dope.
So it's weird. Like it's a whole different kind of game.
Ivy Road.
It's got magic, and so the description says, playing as a fallen fighter named Alta, you'll manage a tea shop within a magical forest and tend to the customers who pass through.
Oh.
Alta does not want to be here. And if she gets her way, the tea shop will be nothing but a brief and painful memory.
Oh, is it kind of like you inherit your
So it's
folks'
going to
shop?
get,
Mhm.
knowing the dev, it's going to get weird and deep. And that's what Annapurna does. They publish
They like that
weird
stuff. Yeah.
and deep games.
Yeah.
So I'm
Very
excited for
pretty.
this one. Yeah,
Very
very.
pretty.
Weird and deep.
Next.
Yeah,
I do
stop
love
that.
I love weird and deep stuff. Enotria, the last song. This was featured 2 PAX Easts ago, that I covered and I really enjoyed. And we got some update on this bad boy, and now a demo. So
I played it for a little bit. It's
Yeah.
basically like, yeah, hey, you like Dark Souls?
Yeah.
That's the whole demo.
The cool thing about
Have you
this
heard of
world-
Dark Souls?
Yeah, have you heard of Dark
Our
Souls?
Lord and Savior?
I mean, this takes place in like a Italy Renaissance, like not Renaissance, was it Renaissance era? I don't know, a very specific era of Italy and Italian culture, and like there's like this really cool like marionette like puppeteer boss and stuff like that, like really cool stuff. But yeah, this is another one of them Souls, man.
I
It's
feel like those people who like these kind of games are eating real good right now.
oh yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I remember this impressing me with its fluidity, and it felt very Souls-like, but also like didn't feel like it didn't feel slogged. Like a lot of those games like can try and mimic what the Souls games do, and it's like when you're making a platformer that is inspired by Mario and you don't quite get the jumping right, you don't quite get the weight of the characters and like all that stuff. Like this one I felt like is while it's different, it's not different in a bad way. It felt good. Different is like, oh, that I like that the dodge mechanic is this way instead of the way Souls does it. But yeah, this is, Souls, and it looks good. It's coming out sometime in the fall. Well, they say September 18th. That's their planned release date, but yeah, I think you should definitely check that one out. If you like those Souls games, why the hell not?
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a fresh look at that. And then we got a fresh look at Hyper Light Breaker as well, Andreas.
This is my most anticipated
Oh my god.
of all the
How?
shows that have happened.
How?
It looks so good.
How?
This is sorcery. How do the guys that made Drifter are now making this?
Yeah.
I cannot get over it.
Well, they did like the Risk of Rain to Risk of Rain 2 thing, but like amped it
Yeah.
up from like Risk of Rain to Risk of Rain 2 was like a cool jump. You're like, oh, that's a cool idea. They were like, hey, what if we made like the coolest shit you've ever seen in your life? And then they did it. And like they went like, this is a cool pixel art fun adventure about like being a semi-powerful hero that probably is gonna die or something, has some kind of cancer. They're like, oh, what about a co-op looter shooter fucking
in a fully realized,
fully
3D,
realized
world.
3D world.
And it's also a roguelite.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Fucking Jesus. Yeah, I can't wait to get my stupid hands on this game and play it. It looks, every time I see it, it looks better. Every single time.
Add that shit to your wish list, people. Don't be a dingus. Do it.
Yeah, quit being a dingus.
Then our friends over at Mighty Yell,
Oh my god.
in the future of play, we got some reveals here, and our friends at Mighty Yell, All Systems Dance was revealed. Andreas,
This is another like glow up story. Again,
Oh.
how do you go from like the big con, which is, hand drawn 2D pickpocket simulator,
Mhm.
story of my life, to this, which is like this 3D, it's got like Jet Set radio vibes. Again, the color palette is very Mighty L, and you dance to kill robots.
Yeah. What else is gonna kill the robots, Andy?
Yeah, in the
yeah,
town of
They
Footloose.
don't understand art.
Artistic expression
Is that what it is?
through movement is like the most
Their
most
robot
human
minds
thing ever.
Can't
Yeah, it's like
comprehend
can't
that.
comprehend it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's really a deep seated commentary on the state of art and AI. That's what this game really definitely for sure is, and that is what the
That's what
makers
they-
of Mighty
yeah, that's
Yell
what they said.
intended.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's what
They
Mighty
said
Yell
that.
said it.
Yeah. Quote them.
I
saying that.
just love that I can look at I can I can look at the color palette. I know it's my DL because it's the same color scheme as
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Big Con through and through.
Those bright pastel colors.
Can we start quoting other people?
Yeah, just
Quote
do
them
that.
on that. Yeah,
just quote them.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Fucking Pepsi sucks. You can quote Coke on that.
You can quote, yeah.
Yeah. Also in the future of play, we got yooka-replaylee.
Guys, they stole my idea.
What's your idea?
I mentioned this in the Discord that Microsoft should make a brand new Banjo-Kazooie that ignores nuts and bolts and call it Banjo Redooey. It's the same energy. It's the same shit.
The same energy. Maybe,
I was like, that's funny.
Maybe they're listening.
Maybe they were. But in any case, this is a weird one. Like, it was a bit mid Yooka-Laylee when it first came out. It wasn't the best 3D platformer because it came after games like A Hat in Time, which was far superior. But again, this was like, hey, we made Banjo-Kazooie, so we know what we're doing. Do you though? So anyway, now that we have this and it's the same game, but addressing all the issues from the first go around, and it looks like a proper AAA, big budget, not Kickstarter only funded 3D platformer game.
Hell yeah.
It looks good.
That's worthy of its developers.
Like I say, the trailer just reminds me how much I enjoyed the music in Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah. I feel like this is what the game should have been had they had the resources the first go around to make it.
Looks cool. I haven't
Because it
played
looks phenomenal.
I haven't played like a good collect-a-thon style 3D platformer in a long time.
All right,
cool.
let's move along to. I was not a ukulele guy, but I really don't like 3D platformers too much. It has to do something very specific to get me on board. Like I like the Ratchet and Clanks, and I liked I don't know. There's just something about it. Like I think
a healthy dose of action in those games.
I think
it's
I
not
don't
just about
like
the platforming element.
Yeah, I don't think I like
collecting
collectathons. I think that's what it is. I think I'm not really a collectathon guy. I may find the 5 secret things, not find the 100 things everywhere.
That's fair. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'd rather
I get it.
Look in every corner for like to see if I can find the secret room for the thing. But whatever, I digress. Devolver Digital had their little showcase as well. We got an update for DLC coming for Cult of the Lamb Unholy Alliance. We'll do a little read here on their Steam page. It's a free update. It's coming out August 12th, so right around the corner. Summoned by blood and born in corruption, a wicked new ally can join the Holy Lamb in local co-op.
Holy shit. That's the big claim to fame here, guys.
Indeed. Crusade through dungeons, slay heretics, build your cult, and seek new powers together. But that's not all. If you find yourself alone in the vast, dark plane of existence, fear not. There is much, much more in this update for you too. We will share more soon. We haven't revealed everything just yet. And
also, again, how it's done. Just like, here's more massive free updates for your game.
Yeah. And I feel like that it's easy to do that when you have sold so many copies.
Yeah. I mean, that game's great. I don't know that I'm going to hop back in for this specifically, but like, it's such a good thing to add for them. I mean, it's such a fun game, and those dungeons can be a lot of fun alone, and I assume they would be a lot of fun with people.
Remember Sifu?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Well, allow me to introduce to you Tenjutsu.
You guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
Oh my god.
Listen.
Andy.
Bruh.
Matthew.
Andy.
We need
I had a time when I saw this trailer.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to describe the time here without sounding too graphic.
Oh, okay.
But I saw this.
Things quivered.
I saw this trailer.
It did things to you.
And it kept going. And I was like, oh, that looks cool. Oh, that looks cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Everything about this trailer
oh.
looks fucking amazing, and it's from former Dead Cells dev. I don't even know what else you can ask for. If you
Oh
like
my God.
Sifu and roguelikes, how can you not love what this is showing you?
Well,
yeah, this is
you,
all about combat fluidity and good lord.
Yeah.
you can tell Sebastian how much this made you cream your pants when he comes back on the show to talk about Denjutsu.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Because I mean, it's his game post Dead Cells. His first game was Nuclear Blaze, that
Oh yeah.
firefighter game, which he made because his son likes firemen, which is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I'll make you a firefighter game, son, because I love
Sure.
you.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
you go.
You know, it was a nice, simple, like puzzle platformer in a sense, putting out fires and whatever. This is like, again, a massive genre shift. And there's the cool thing here is that the longer you take to upgrade and build your character between runs, the stronger your enemy gets. They're doing things while you're doing your shit.
That's so cool.
But that's the ingenious part here.
I love the map, dude. Like,
I know.
and there's like some weird town building element that I don't
I
understand
know.
yet.
Yeah,
There's just so much happening.
it's like you're building your run, like where you go, like you're building
Yeah.
it. It's not built for you, and you just choose. You're like,
Shoes, yeah.
I'm gonna
You know
build
what? You know what the combat reminds
wait,
me
wait.
of? This might be a deep
Hotline
cut.
Miami,
No, deeper.
deeper.
No, deeper.
Jackie Chan Stuntmaster for PS1.
Oh,
Just the
my
way the character
God.
punches and kicks, like it looks like it,
I can kind of see it.
right? Am I nuts?
No,
Does this look like a Game Boy Advance game to you?
a little bit.
Because I kind
In-
like
in a-
that
in a
that's-
great
that-
way. I'm
yeah,
definitely
no,
getting
in a
those vibes.
fantastic way.
That
definitely
is
get those
a
vibes.
that is
The
a
little-
that
the
is
little-
a praise.
The little like chunky
Yeah.
art style and the hard outlines and everything.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yep, absolutely. I can't wait to play this on the
Yeah.
Steam Deck a bunch.
I'm
Dude,
gonna play that game.
whoever is being commissioned to do all these like animated game intros for all these 2D sprite games is like making bank lately.
Yeah, they're making a lot of money. Yeah,
Between
this
Streets of
this
Rage
is-
4 had it, Turtles had it.
this
and-
is like my second most anticipated game of forever. Is this one
Of
now.
forever,
forever.
my
for
my
all
whole
of
life?
time.
Yep.
Is this real life? Speaking of real life, let's get into the real life of the future.
Whoa.
The Future Game Show
Mm-hmm.
had a couple of really good things, including some DLC for a game that we loved here. But first, let's talk about Bogdan's Cross.
This trailer weirded me out.
Me too. That's why I had to include it on the list. You're a
don't-
bear in medieval. You're a shepherd bear in
A
medieval
shepherd bear, yeah.
times.
I don't understand the vibe of the beginning of the trailer versus the remaining part of the trailer, like the rest of the trailer. Because, like, you play this bear knight, and he's, like, crawling out of the darkness at the beginning of the trailer, and then, like, herd sheep.
Why is he
The
not eating the
first-
sheep?
The first sentence in the about this game is so mind-bogglingly confusing.
Say
And
it.
It
Say
is
it out loud. Say the weird thing.
Bogdan's Cross is an action-adventure game set in the tumultuous era of the Crusades. You're a bear. And we're going to probably one of the top 5
But they're-
largest genocide eras of
They're all
human
bears.
history. And
Oh,
we're a
God.
bear knight, a bear Templar. But
And
it
there's,
looks
like-
gorgeous.
And there's like foxes that are all enemies. It's some weird shit.
There's foxes, skeletons, bears with swords, burning crosses. It's got everything, folks.
Just the line from the trailer, too. In the time of the Crusades, witness an untold journey of a shepherd boy destined to become a Templar knight and transcend into a legend.
Is this
As a bear.
like an
As a bear.
allegory? Like is
As
this
a bear.
is this like a story that is like just not well known? And Federico Moreno Bresser decided to just skin this thing as a bear to be interesting. I don't know, man. But
this just screams future guest to me when I see a game.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
so
gotta get
weird.
in this dude's brain.
But
and
it
Yeah,
like
ask him
it's
why.
weird. It's weird. but it's pretty. Like it looks
Yeah,
very
it looks
good.
like it might actually be pretty good.
I just want to know where he's coming from, man. That's all I want to know.
Like you could have done this with human people.
Yeah, why the I
It's
don't understand.
I like that the enemies come from the background and foreground. I think that's really cool.
Oh yeah.
They're like, hey, let's dive into one of the most hellish times on earth for every religion, but this.
How do
one.
we keep it light? Let's put a bunch of
And then
bears
let's-
in it.
Oh, I know, animals. That worked out well for Animal Farm, right? Keep it light, guys.
Keep it light. Keep it light.
Keep it light, guys.
What could make the Crusades more palatable? Teddy bears.
Teddy bears.
Fuzzy teddy bears.
Let's do that. Let's do that. And as I mentioned at the top of this little segment, we got some DLC announced for Dredge, the Iron Rig DLC.
This is another like when you make a good game and you get a good audience and you have a
People
great,
coming back.
nice developers who are like, here's some more stuff for all you lovely people.
Yeah.
This is what supporting indie games as players does. If you go out there and you support the good ones or amplify the good ones and they get that break, you're going to get more content for it and you're going to get games faster too.
Agreed.
Dredge is fucking cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah.
a cool concept. And the
It's a whole
Iron
vibe.
Rig, the Iron Rig is the second official expansion for Dredge, the cosmic horror fishing adventure with a sinister undercurrent. Content adds new constructible destination with its own story items, what does that say? Adversities. I thought it said adversaries at first. Adversities that can be experienced at any stage in your playthrough. Gather, craft, and deliver your way through the mysteries of the Iron Rig, revisiting areas from Dredge to investigate ancient disturbances stirring in the deep. Assist the Iron Haven Corporation in constructing facilities that unlock items, gadgets, and more. But what are they truly here for? Those capitalism motherfuckers.
I gotta read the top comment here. It just says the only thing worse than cosmic horror, BP oil.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I love you, internet, today.
Internet is undefeated, ladies and
Love it.
gentlemen.
I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday night. We are now recording this on Sunday nights. It's what we do. We figure it's the best time to do it now. But tomorrow, some of us have to go to work. And some
Segues
of
are
us
so on point.
work
Yeah, this one was a
in an office. And office is hell. And we also have hell of an office. And there's a demo for it. And I'm gonna do
The
it.
segues. The segues. dead now.
And I'm into it.
Hell of an office.
This game looks really fun.
Yeah, 3D platformer, like Mirror's Edge ish type thing. Little humor.
It's Mirror's Edge adjacent.
Yeah, Mirror's Edge adjacent. What was the other?
Is that a stapler as your primary weapon?
You're fucking right. It is.
yeah, yeah, man.
I didn't
Yeah,
see
man.
that till now. It's like being inside someone's fever dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this game came out last year, in early access, but now there's a demo. And getting official release date in October, so it's going out of early access in October. So put this one on your radar if you like these kinds of games, because they can be very fun, but also very difficult. I am terrible at these games, like just so bad at them, and I don't know how to get better.
Play Cluster Truck.
Oh hell, you would love that game,
Cluster
Steve.
Truck, yeah. I remember
Play Cluster Truck. It'll make you better at the rest of these games.
This is all like you gotta point and jump in the right direction and like do the thing. And I always I don't know which wall to go to. Sometimes I get lost and I just keep falling into the lava.
Play Cluster Truck. It'll put your mind in the right place, because you know what? There's always trucks. You know where you're gonna go? You gotta go on the trucks.
They go
You
the
gotta find the
trucks.
trucks. You go on the trucks. Get
Have
out of the
you-
way of the lasers. Go on the trucks.
Have you ever played Hell of an Office?
Me?
of you?
No, but I'm
I have not, no.
I'm gonna play the demo now that it's
Yeah,
out.
hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I like that. And the last one on our list is one that actually I really thought looked fucking cool. SacriFire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy.
This is a you as
JRPG.
fuck game.
This like sometimes the human brain is so simple, and like to get pleasure centers of the human brain firing on all cylinders is so easy.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is like mess with perspective of something that we grew up with
Yeah, right.
forever, and you're just like,
make the 3D pixel,
"What?"
make the 2D pixel art 3D.
Yeah, I could see his back now. Like, yeah, this is a gorgeous JRPG with like fully interactable 3D elements of it. A full like isometric sort of battlefield where you can kind of like move around foreground, background, but it's not like it's not like on planes, right? Like it's not like a lane where you go to the back lane, the forward lane. You know, this is like fluid, and oh my god, it
Is it like a JRPG? Oh, it's like Art the Lad. I see.
Yeah. But man, this is up my ass, and I need it.
Yeah, this is like, praise to Octopath, because they really kickstarted this whole let's take sprites and put them in this really high detailed world with like a bunch of particle effects and gorgeous, scenic camera angles and cuts and perspectives. And
I think this is kind of how you, or that is kind of how you bring kids who maybe didn't grow up with pixel art as like a art form into it, right? Like you're like, oh, this, like, it still looks fucking cool. Because I know sometimes Gavin, my oldest, will like look at a game that I'm playing and be like, he does like the Back to the Future, like, oh, you have to touch it kind of deal, you know what I mean? Like when he's playing the fucking shooting game, and it's just like, oh, dude, I don't know, man. Like, really, am I that old that like I think this art is pretty and nobody else does?
So I may pass out because they describe, the developers describe it as a mashup of Xenogears and Vagrant Story.
Yeah,
two of the greatest JRPGs ever made, hands down.
Also, developer's name, Pixelated Milk.
There it is.
Which is just
fucking,
that's a great name.
That's real good. That's
if I was like, yeah,
if you were a game dev, that would be my
like,
game.
If like me and like my rival were making dev studios at the same time, and the rival put this out name first, I would quit. I'd be like, I'm sorry.
You win.
He wins.
You win.
Congratulations,
sure.
man.
100%.
And I would go do nothing.
Here's my assets. Here's my funding. Just fuck off and
I'm
take
just gonna
it.
bag groceries now. Pixelated Milk. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no, that's. I mean, it looks. God, this game looks so good.
And there's a playtest, so you can try it out. On
you can request access through.
There seems to be a lot of like
Steamsicle.
genre mashing going on in this trailer. The more I look through it, because there's parts where he freeze frames and like goes in for attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Then like near the end of the trailer, you're like dodging some bullet hell bullshit.
Yeah, it looked like a boss battle kind of thing.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. There. So yeah, you can request access now. Obviously, access is not guaranteed when you request access. We'll play. Oh look, access granted. Yeah.
There you go. That was easy.
Yeah. As we were doing this,
it wasn't all that easy.
I'll see what I have to do, and I just clicked the green button where it says request access, and then another pop-up came up that said access granted. Welcome to the playtest.
I'm doing that shit right now. I'm not gonna waste any fucking time.
So get in there and play the shit out of this game, because this playtest, because it looks fucking awesome. I want to get Pixelated Milk on the show. I want to get them on Dev Dive so bad.
Oh, it's happening.
Do it.
Indeed.
Like, where your name come from? That's what I'm gonna ask first. Pixelated Milk. Give us the origin story.
You've heard of Pixelated Bukkake. Now, Pixelated Milk coming at you from the makers of Channel 83.
WISHLIST.
It's too late for this shit.
Too late. Anyway, it is too late, and it is the end of the show. We are gonna hit you with
it, guys.
We're gonna hit you with Kickstarter. Assuming the Kickstarter will still be up next week. Let's check that first.
Oh, it will.
It will. Okay, good. So we'll hit you with the Kickstarter of the week next week. We'll hit you with some more wish list stuff that wasn't part of any of these shows. We'll throw those on for next week's show. But there's a lot to wish list. There's a lot to put on your radar. And man, Summer Game Fest and like all of these shows are just so delicious. There's tons of AAA talk. We spoke about the Xbox one on our pre-show a little bit. So if you want to check that out, go to patreon.com/indieRIFT. Yeah, that's going to bring us to the end of the show. Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Matt. Thank you guys for joining on this late Sunday night. And we'll see you next week. And as always, please be excellent to each other.